Good morning. My name is Rachel, and I am the Thrifty Crocheter, and I hope all of you are having a very good day. Today is Saturday, August the 30th. Believe it or not, that one actually uses a lot of puff stitches. It uses a lot of puff stitches. It looks very elegant. 365 days of kindness. Proactively positive. Now, I kind of need being proactively positive because today I don't feel like positive. Being a person is too complicated. Time to be a unicorn. That's what it says on my shirt today. I make one more, back to this, proactively positive. I make one more appeal, my dear brothers and sisters. Watch out for people who cause divisions and upset people's faith by teaching things contrary to what you have been taught. Stay away from them. Romans 16:17. Social media. You might hear one more negative things about those platforms than good. And often this is the case. Unfortunately, the ability to hide behind one's keyboard and not own up to what we say means that there are thousands of unkind words being thrown around without any caution or regard for how it will make others feel. Even if we are not a part of writing those words, we read them all too often, and they can either influence how we think or what we might respond with ourselves. Heed the caution of this verse and watch out for people who cause divisions. This is not the healing and redemptive work of Christ. Be a part of his gracious and kindness and be proactively positive toward others. Act of kindness. Post a compliment on your friend's social media. Yes, as you know, we like to hear kind words. And even on narratives, you don't feel quite so positive like today, not so positive. I'm tired of being a person. But watch the things that you say and do, and watch some of the things that you read. Just saying, be careful. Daily guideposts for grandmothers. That their hearts might be comforted to the acknowledgement of the mystery of God and of the Father and of Christ, in whom are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Colossians 2:2-3. Smoke from the Colorado Hayman fire was thick in the airs as we drove away from our beloved mountain village, knowing that when we returned our home might be ashes. Oh, that is so sad. My senior year in high school, our house caught on fire, and it was soon before graduation. And what was really cool is that another girl in our church had just had her graduation the year before, and we both graduated from the same high school, and we were the same height and everything. So I was able to wear her cap and gown to the graduation, and then another family let us use their house for my graduation party, which was very nice of them. So I know what that's like. Already, people had 5 miles from us had been evacuated, and the winds were blowing in our direction. We thought about canceling our trip to Nebraska to celebrate my grandchildren's birthdays. But what would it do for us to stay here? We couldn't save our home. So we came up with a plan. We loaded my car with all the possessions we felt we couldn't do without and gave the key to a neighbor who offered to drive the car to a safe place if the fire came closer. Then we drove away in my husband's car. So what did we save? Well, there were some things, such as legal papers, that had to be safe, but beyond that, we carefully packed a painting by my artist daughter, a few special heirlooms we wanted our children to have someday, such as Grandmother Morgan's family Bible, letters from our children and other loved ones, and pictures and scrapbooks. We left sterling silver, crystal, china, computers, and other office equipment, TV, jewelry, furniture, and all our clothes except what we packed to take to Nebraska. Fortunately, the wildfires spared our home and village, but we discovered something about ourselves during that, quote, summer of great fires, unquote. What we treasured most had very little monetary value, and yet these items made us rich beyond measure. Great creator of all that is, keep me ever aware that my most valuable possessions are beyond price. Marilyn Morgan King. Yes, and you will have a house fire. I mean, we weren't there when it happened. We were there kind of after the effect. We were able to save some things, but unfortunately we had to throw a lot of things away. But we were just lucky that we still had our lives. I mean, we were there, like I said, when it happened, but still, I mean, I can't imagine what we would have done if we were there when it happened. It would have been awful. Anyway, the illustrated words of Jesus for women. Willing and weak. And that's W-E-A-K, willing and weak. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Mark 14:38. Wow, did Jesus have this one right? Your spirit may want to obey and serve. Your spirit may want to honor the body and health God gave you. Your spirit may want to show love and kindness to all people around you. But sometimes your body can't keep up with your spirit and you stumble and give into the temptation, turning away from those things your spirit wants you to do. Jesus tells us here to stay focused on Him. Watch and pray, because if you aren't focused, then no matter what your spirit longs for, you will fall into temptation. Remain focused on staying close to Jesus. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. Romans 7:15-17. That's a lot of do's. Reading this reminds me about high school days when I was in teen choir, and there was a song called Temptation Curve. Temptation Curve. Something about Temptation Curve. We gotta be careful with Temptation Curve. So, gotta be careful of those temptations, because they'll definitely make you go one way or the other instead of being focused on Him. Sometimes you need to put them blinders up so you can stay focused on Him. You know, like sometimes with horses, when they're on a horse-drawn carriage, a lot of times they'll put blinders on the horse so that they can't see over here for the stuff that's going to distract them and might scare them, so that they can stay focused on what's in front of them. This small swatch of yarn has been woven with prayers. As you hold this swatch in your hand, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace flow, and know that He holds you in His hands. May God bless and comfort you in your time of need and give you peace. Amen. Love y'all. Bye.